Welcome back. Let's catch up with the journal. Oh, the witch's mark. We just passed by a house that had been demolished. There was a strange symbol on the front door. The townspeople call it the witch's mark. Apparently, they believe that once a house is marked, it will suffer a terrible fate. The windows on this house were shattered, the beams split, and it was ruined overall. The situation seems very serious. As we were walking to Clark's house, we encountered a woman packing her belongings to flee the area. We also ran into a police officer blocking the way to certain parts of town. Could this have something to do with the predictions that boy mentioned? Perhaps there is someone who is able to predict the appearance of the terrible giant that Clark wrote about. The canals that wind through Missalary are not just for show. They are also a useful means of transport for the inhabitants, which is evident from the number of piers and small boats moored around town. I expect we shall have occasion to travel by boat in the course of our investigation. And we didn't really check the room too much. Shame. Gorgeous piece of art. Left the room there. Oh, I didn't actually... No, because that's going to reset the room. Oh, no, I didn't want to go. I thought this was... Oh.
I can't believe my eyes. Herschel, how long has it been?
I love when they move characters like that. It's so funny.
Too long, my good friend.
And who might this be?
Oh, of course. How rude of me.
I'm the professor's assistant, Emmy Altava. It's an honor to meet you, Mr. Triton. I've heard so much about you.
Thank you. Herschel, an assistant. Well, we both seem to have moved up in the world.
Hardly. Truth be told, Emmy has already proven herself my equal.
Herschel, as humble as ever. Emmy, back in London, Layton and I both wanted to be elite archaeologists. One of us certainly succeeded, and somehow I found myself as mayor of this small, rural town.
I didn't even apply.
That is no small feat, Clark.
Oh, Herschel, no need to humor me. It is amusing at best, I'll give you that. But all that aside, please, tell me, to what do I owe the pleasure of your visit?
I came as soon as I received your letter.
Letter? I'm sorry, Herschel. What letter is that?
The letter that... Did you not send this letter? Please, have a look.
Paper? You dare hand me paper?
I certainly did not write that. But who would have forged it?
Mind you, I think just with those eyes, you're gonna look surprised at everything.
Who indeed? Have you made any enemies recently?
Of course, Herschel. I'm the mayor. It appears to me that someone wanted you here in town.
Yes, that is what I am thinking now as well.
So, who wrote the secret message?
Good question, Emmy.
I like that Clark is smart. He's like, yes, of course people hate me. I'm in politics. What do you expect?
Mr. Triton, there was a hidden plea for help in that letter.
I don't know if it stuttered or not, but it sounded like she said Triton. She might have said Triton.
Clark, do you think this is simply the work of some prankster?
No, unfortunately I don't. Miss Tollery is in grave danger. We have indeed been under attack by some sort of mysterious giant, just as that letter states. It wreaks havoc at night when the fog is thick. It sounds ridiculous, I know, but it is true.
But how can that be?
I must confess I have yet to see this giant with my own eyes. However, the destruction of homes and buildings left in its wake, that is quite enough evidence for me. The townspeople are afraid. They believe that the Specter has returned with a vengeance.
The Specter?
There's a legend here that tells of an ancient spirit, a Specter.
Front-facing art in a Layton game is always special.
When the town was in danger, the Spectre would act as Miss Tollery's guardian in its moment of need.
Not that they don't have it, they have it a lot in cutscenes, but normal characters.
But this Spectre is different. Instead of protecting us, it is trying to destroy us. I am doing all I can, but if we are dealing with an ancient entity, then I fear my efforts are in vain. As the mayor, it is my duty to keep this town and its citizens safe. But Herschel, could you...
Be mayor instead. Wait, what?
Sir,
What is it, Doland?
pardon me, sir, but you mentioned that Professor Layton worked on some difficult cases for Scotland Yard. You said, with great pride, that he had assisted in solving them all. Perhaps we could ask for his assistance here as well.
Of course, Doland. I suppose I have no other choice. Herschel, will you help us? Please, for an old friend.
Of course, Clark. I would never refuse a friend in need. I assure you, I will do what I can.
Thank you, Herschel. I am eternally in your debt.
Things are starting to get good, eh, Professor?
Before we go, Clark, I haven't even asked about Brenda, or your son. How is Luke?
Dun dun dun.
My wife is fine. She's away. Family matters. Luke has shut himself up in his room, as usual.
I would like to say hello to Luke, if that is all right. I haven't seen him since he was a baby.
Of course. I think he might enjoy that. I should warn you, he has been withdrawn lately. Some days, I can't even get him out of his room. I ask him what the matter is, and he responds with silence. Perhaps it would be good for him to talk to someone outside of the family. I would appreciate that, Herschel.
My pleasure, Clark. I shall have a few words with Luke before Emmy and I begin our investigation.
Chapter 2, The Boy Who Foretold Disaster. It's a good idle animation. A lovely smell. Ah yes, Rosa had some of these on my table the other day. Flowers, I believe they're called? No, I find them just right off the bat. This mirror is so polished I nearly greeted my reflection. A mirror reflects, but sometimes it can also complicate a problem. Take this puzzle, for example. No, Professor, please, I'm all right. I'm tired. No. Number 8. Mirror Ballroom. Oh boy. It's all too easy to get lost in this big dusty hall. There are 14 mirrors set out in some sort of strange arrangement here. You're trying to find a way out, but your only clues are a small arrow on the floor and a laser pointer bearing the word exit indicated by a larger arrow. Which door is the exit? I don't think this is... like, this just looks like it's pointing out, you know? You're like, woo, whoop. It's like nothing else seems like it could, like, get that way. Oh, 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 oh. Is it B? Are they saying that the laser beam does go like that? It's B, isn't it? Oh, hang on. Wrong thing. Okay, well, I think it's B. That's the closest thing we've got to seeing
I'll
an
handle
arrow.
this one, Professor.
Okay. I was
I
like,
did it, Professor.
I think I'm getting caught up in the lasers and not the fact that, like, if it makes an arrow. Very focused. The beam from the laser pointer creates a really large arrow that points to B. Okay, sure. You know, if you want to be accurate about it, that makes sense. Throwing me off with these one here. That must be the exit. I'm very impressed, Emmy. So I've proven myself worthy enough to be your assistant? But of course, I never doubted your abilities, Emmy. Dang it, she keeps winning. Plate. Aha! Whoever took this has a good eye for photography. For a landscape, it is remarkably vibrant. This coffee table suits me to a T. A hot cup of tea. Emmy, stop glaring. So shiny, I can see my own reflection in it. What a beautiful view. Sadly, my office view doesn't come close. Wow, this garden is too lovely for words. If only we could see it. But it is impossible. It is impossible. Hello, Clark. Luke's room is upstairs. Good luck. You're going to need it. He's a biter, by the way, and a thrower. He likes to throw many things. Okay. Yeah, I didn't know that was the door to go on with plot. I was like, not expecting that. Okay. Hi. What was your name? Beth. Master Luke has been holed up in his room for a while now. I can't even tidy up in there. Is this sort of behavior typical for Luke? Oh no, he's usually quite lively. He's such a good little boy. If you'll ask me, it's because his mother has been gone for so long. It's hard on a child, you know. He's quite mature for his age, but he's rather a sensitive boy. Where is Luke's room? Upstairs, at the end of the hall. Thank you. This house is great. Just Hincoin immediately. Most lakes are still, but this picture has quite a dynamic feel. Haha, that's quite a suitable doormat for a child's room.
Maybe he's sleeping.
Perhaps.
I didn't knock.
Luke? My name is Herschel Layton. I'm a friend of your father's. Could we talk for a moment?
Certainly. But first, you'll have to solve my door puzzle.
Your door puzzle? Ah, I see. Luke means to test our mettle with a puzzle.
That's so cute, Professor. Let's do it.
So we shall.
Younger Luke, You are truly the esteemed Professor Layton. Nope. Let's just go, Luke. You're truly the esteemed Herschel Layton. Then this puzzle should be no problem. You will have 15 seconds to perform a specific action in front of the door. Just a second, young one. How are we to know exactly what it is we're supposed to do? You may search the area outside my door as much as you like. Oh boy. And then we are ready to perform this action. Whatever it may be, we should let you know. And when we're ready to perform this action, whatever it may be, we should let you know. Correct! But I will tell you now, you can't do anything to solve this puzzle. Tap the door, go to your stylus. When you think you know what to do, tap call. Luke, good luck. It appears that Donut has left Luke's lunch outside his door. Luke, if you don't come out and get your lunch, it will get cold. I just may end up eating it all of myself. And I just may end up eating all of it myself. Eating all of myself? Words. You're really that hungry, you can have it. Well, that didn't work. Is this a picture of Miss Mallory? I believe so. The town looks quite magical when it's enveloped in mist. Professor, wait! Do you think there's a hint for opening the door hidden within this picture? Let me take a closer look. I don't see anything here. Because it's foggy. Luke, can I ask you a question? You just did. Cute. You said that we must do something in front of the door. How will you know if we do it? I mean, how can you tell from behind a closed door? Why is Luke's voice so hard? Even though I can't see you, I'll know what you're doing from here. Really? And how is that? I can speak no more. You'll just have to figure it out from there. He'll know even if he can't see. So what is he looking for here? No, stop. An action that he'll know that will know we're doing even if he can't see us. What's this? There's a 6 written on the pen. There's a 6 written in pen on the underside of the mat. Or is it a 9, Professor? Shall we read it as if we're coming out of the door or going in? It doesn't matter. That's not something I can see anyway. What is it, Professor? Emmy, we may be getting too caught up in these numbers. I have an idea. I don't know if it's right, though. This card says, Happy 17th... Happy 17th? Wow, I thought he was younger in this game. Happy 7th birthday. How adorable. This must have been one of Luke's birthday presents. Oh, this little stuffed teddy is so soft. Don't touch my bear! Well, that seems to be rather important to him, Emmy. Perhaps we should let it alone for now. I was just looking at it. Relax, Luke. I would assume clapping, because then he would hear it. Inside of this lid is marked with the number 3. Perhaps there are other similar lids? Now that you've had a look, please put the cover back on my food. I may eat later. This plate looks handmade. The number 2 is impressed on it. Oh, there's something written on the back of it. Put the plate back so that its back of its back is facing the door. Please put the plate back so the back of its back is facing the door. Professor, I think my brain just melted. It's not difficult if you take your time with it. Be sure to examine anything near your feet. Not that it matters. There's nothing you can do to get through by this door. The door is locked. So what is this something that we are supposed to do? Professor, we're overlooking the simplest way to get this door open. What is that? Give it a good roundhouse kick, of course. Okay, stand back. MB, please don't do that. I'm not sure I could explain to Clark that we broke his son's door because we couldn't solve the puzzle. No, stop. 7th birthday, wow. I wonder what I got on my 7th birthday. Please don't touch my bear. It was a gift from my mother, and it's quite important to me. Stop. There's a number 1 on the corner of the frame, Emily. It appears to have been put there recently, but why? Feel free to... Feel free? Luke, your voice. Feel free to examine the picture you want, but please put it back in its place when you're done. 1, 2, 3... Who is it? Now, Luke, you know who it is. You seem awfully well prepared, almost as if you were expecting me. Have you solved my puzzle yet? Perhaps I've stumped the great Professor Layton? Luke, that isn't very polite at all. It is quite all right, Emily. Let's continue our investigation. But, Professor, he owes you an apology. Perhaps we owe him a solution. Let's find a way to open this door. You're much more patient than I am, Professor. Well, do you say the numbers, or... We're ready, Luke.
You know what you have to do?
I believe so, yes.
Professor, are you sure? Let's begin. Please stand in front of the door. Remember, you can't do anything to solve this puzzle.
Okay. I was like, was it just you can't do anything to solve this puzzle?
That is what you have to do!
You can't do anything to solve this puzzle. Or, in other words, to solve this puzzle, you can't do anything. Nothing was the thing you had to do to solve this riddle. An interesting puzzle, Luke.
So, even from inside his room, he could hear us if we did something.
Now, Luke, are you convinced that we are who we say we are? Luke, will you open the door now?
As I promised.
A clever puzzle, Luke. Your letter. I thought you might want it back.
Professor, you think Luke wrote the letter?
Clark was never a fan of typed correspondence. He always wrote his letters out in longhand. Moreover, only someone very close to Clark would know about our past together. This someone would know I could never ignore a friend in need.
Are you really Professor Layton?
Is this true, Luke? How could you do something like this? What were you thinking? Were you even thinking at all? Here now. Don't you turn your back on me again.
Clark, please.
Forgive me. The boy has barely spoken to me in the last 6 months. He's been so withdrawn since the appearance of the Specter, I don't know what else.
Very soon, the world will end.
He hasn't spoken to me in 6 months. Time to yell at him. The end of the world. What do you mean by that?
I mean what I just said.
It's hard because he's like speaking like this at the game where he's slow and he's grumpy.
I meant what I just said.
Luke, you can't say something like that and not elaborate. He just won't open up to anyone. And Clark is just a whole other story. He wasn't always like this. When he does speak, it's only to say something inscrutable, as you saw. Prophecies. Absurd. Prophecies? It's all my fault. I told him he could speak prophecies, and now he just won't stop. What are you talking about, Clark? I'm sorry. I have urgent business I must attend to in my study. We can discuss this later. Luke, Mr. Layton is a close friend. Please talk with him. Perhaps you could even help him. Thank you, Herschel. I'm afraid that it is time for Master Luke to retire.
He's only 7. He hasn't even started working. What now? We're right in the middle of something. It's still light out.
Daylight savings time and all that. Nevertheless, it is bedtime. If I may, Doland, I'd still like to ask Luke just one more thing. Luke, though the town has been repeatedly attacked by the Specter, no one has been injured. It seems that an oracle alerts the townspeople about which areas to evacuate from. Luke, I believe that you are this oracle. Am I correct?
What?
Absurd. Luke, I must ask you a very important question. Do you know when the Specter will appear next?
Master Luke will not stand for such balderdash. Please leave at once.
Tonight. They saw his eyes in the other game and they were like, you know what we should have? Luke being a little creepy. Here we go.
Tonight. The Specter will appear tonight. But how can you know that?
Tonight?
If you want, I can also show you where it will happen next. Where it will appear next.
Would very much like that, Luke.
Master Luke, this joke is in poor taste. Please don't tell my father about this, Doland.
Master Luke, are you certain this is okay? He's so monotone in his face. Move your eyebrows, boy. They're just straight lines. What a 1,000-yard stare.
Yes, Dolan, did you tell the townspeople? Did you tell them about the Specter just as before?
I did. I will make a final tour of the area to ensure that everyone has gone. But then, where will the Spectre appear tonight?
Great Ellie Street.
We must go now. Even if we can't stop the Spectre, we must confirm Luke's prediction. Good luck. I don't know what Dalton's voice is. It's all over the place. Luke foretells. Luke seems to be able to predict precisely where and when the Spectre will appear. But how? I find it hard to see how Luke can predict the Spectre's appearance without ever leaving the house.
Dolan, please don't tell Father that I'm going out.
Very well, Master Luke. The salary can be dangerous at night, even for those familiar with its secrets. Do be careful.
Thank you, Dolan. I will.
Professor Layton, Luke seems set on accompanying you. I trust you will look after him. The letter I received must have been typed on this machine.
You have your own typewriter in your bedroom? My father gave me that for my 9th birthday.
He's not 7. He is older than 9. Or maybe he is 9. But it was that he was 7. The bear's just been banished from the room, though. This is an excellent selection of children's literature.
I've read them all twice. I wouldn't mind some new ones.
I think Luke has read more books than I have. That's London, and this is where we are now, that teensy dot. Well, maps bring back memories of all the countries I've seen.
I wish I could go to faraway countries.
Raincourt. Ah, violin. That does strike me as quite a gentlemanly pursuit.
I've taken lessons all my life. I'm not too bad at it.
I've never been much of a musician, but I do love singing. Not let Mr. Triton know that you are going to North Ellie tonight. Okay. Leave the Triton estate. Oh, I was going to check the store. Hi, Clark. Well, this is a blast from the past. Clark is an undergraduate. Oh, too bad you're not in that photo too, Professor.
My father is a student? Wow. Because he never learns. He never learns!
Even with his mayoral duties, Clark remains a keen archaeologist. As your assistant, I suppose I should read all of these sometime.
Archaeology is alright, but give me a good puzzle any day.
Archaeology is the biggest puzzle, Luke. That pile of papers looks structurally unstable. Well, if I needed my proof that Clark is busy, this is it.
Best not to go too near that pile.
The windows are so clean you barely know they're there. Somebody must take pride in keeping these panes spotless.
Beth puts a lot of time into those windows.
I'm sorry, Layton. I'm afraid the timing for our reunion is less than ideal. I'm sure you understand. I must deal with the Spectre, and Luke has been so distant lately. Ignore the fact that he's a foot away from me. Of course, no mayor or father is without his share of concerns. I will start investigating the Spectre. You try to get some rest. Yes, thank you, Layton. You're a good friend. If you're in need of anything, don't hesitate to ask. Got a puzzle? Find out the truth behind this Spectre, Herschel. Please. I will do what I can, Clark. Beth has got a puzzle.
Are you sure you should be going out this late, little Luke? Beth? Hey, Beth, you won't... can you please... keep it a secret from your father? Of course, don't worry. Oh, but Mr. Professor, can I trouble you for some help?
Of course, madam. Whatever is the matter?
Dolan, he's the butler, mind you, scrawled out this note, but I can't for the life of me read it.
A note? Please, allow me. I mean, Dolan is in the house. You could ask him about it. Certain curtains, number 9. The butler left a note with instructions, but it's hard to read because he seems to have written it in a hurry. Don't forget curtain 13. Yet there are only 4 curtains labeled A, B, C, and D. Which of these was he referring to? I mean, okay, if we're talking just purely out of writing, when you try to, like, write the letter B. Oh, okay, I didn't know it was gonna...
Some puzzles must be met directly.
Okay.
I love the thrill of a good solution.
I was like, I didn't know if it was just about, because I write my B's weird, and so I could see the letter 13 being curtain number B. But I was like, are we talking about how the curtain sits when it's hung up and tied in the middle? It kind of looks like a B, but yeah, or 3. Correct, the butler meant the B curtains. It's easy to mistake a hastily written B for the number 13. A gentleman always has good penmanship. Dolan is not a gentleman. What are you trying to say here?
Oh, so that's what he wanted. Thank you. Maybe now he'll be a little nicer to me.
I'm happy to be of service.
Just between us, this isn't the first time Dolan's handwriting has been hard to read. He used to have lovely penmanship, of course, like a poet. But now that Mr. Triton is mayor, Dolan has more responsibilities. Still, can't read what I can't write. Can't read what I can't read. I wish he would just do things the way he used to do them. Oh, Dolan. That'll have to wait for next time. Bye.